Call 219 here, and I want to talk about two videos that I watched tonight. One of the videos was from the CEO, the president of Federal. And the second one was, I think it was the CEO, the president of Hornaday. It was like Jekyll and Hyde. We'll go over the first video that I watched, and I watched it a couple of days ago when somebody had posted it to Facebook that I'm friends with, because I don't really follow, manufacturers that close on social media. I really don't. I kind of could care less. And, if somebody else posts it, that's when I look at it. And that's where they got the opportunity to take a peek at this video. The first thing I'm going to say about the Federal video, about the president, the CEO, the bald guy, is, I hate using this word, and it's been floating around quite a bit in society, and it's called cringe. That was some cringy shit, man. When you sat there and said you're tired of people writing you letters, calling, showing up, and blah, 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 blah. Bro, take off your diaper, put on some pants, be a man. This is what happens when, anti-gun legislation, balls itself up and is strewn across the country. This is what happens when there's civil unrest. This is what happens when these certain things go on in society. What, you forgot about this? You forgot about this, 4 years ago? You forgot about this 8 years ago? You forgot about this, so many years ago? That this always happens? That, people aren't as prepared as they think they are. And I'll throw myself into that category. I don't think I'm as prepared as I should be at this juncture, but I'm willing to deal with it if that time arises. So the first couple of minutes of that video was really cringy about the complaining and, he's tired of it. Dude, I work over a gun counter. Half the calls that I had tonight were 50% were, do you have ammunition? And the other 50% was, do you have guns to shoot that ammunition? And the answer is no. It's so hard to get a hold of guns and ammunition right now. Sometimes it's mind-boggling, because you do see some ammunition spilling over into some places in my area. Now, whether that has to do with my job or not, I don't know. You got to look at it. Are these people willing to pay the prices that I've been seeing online? Are they willing to pay $100 a box of 50 for just some target ammo? Are they willing to pay $70, $80 a box for, defense rounds? Are these companies willing to do that? A lot of people don't understand that, especially the new gun owners. When these people are buying this ammunition for whatever that distributor is selling, they're going to have to mark that up. And I'll give you the example. At my shop, guess what? We had Winchester white box, normal ball 115 grain ammo come in. Dude, that stuff was like $9.99, $10.99 pre-Coco. You know what I'm saying? Now post-Coco, that stuff was $25.99 a box. That's how far the scale has jumped off of that stuff. A box of 223 American Eagle was about $39.99, which then jumped up to about $45.99. So you got to look at it, man. The market is so inflated right now. If you have to buy it, that's what you got to do. But again, when he went back to the numbers he was saying, and I will say he's probably got a better fix on the numbers than a small podunk shop and a small podunk nowhere. But his numbers were like, the average person buys 2 boxes of ammunition. When? Now I could see 2 boxes of ammunition, even 1 box. Back in the day, pre-cough, hey man, I was finding 9mm for $6.99 a box. Guess what I did? Bought about 10 boxes. There was no limit at that point. There's a limit on boxes now, man. So I don't know where he's quite getting those numbers, whether it's pre or post. Because I could see it post. I could definitely see it post. And if you're getting 2 boxes, even 5 boxes as a limit, you're doing pretty good for yourself. So, again, that's another number that he was real conservative on. The next number was the number of new gun owners, he said. Man, I've been seeing a couple months ago, 5, 6 million new gun owners, all the way up to 20 million new gun owners out in the world, or in the United States. So I don't know quite where he got his numbers from, nor do I really give a shit, to tell you the truth. I'm just saying, he probably has a better gauge than I do on the market, and I'm willing to admit that. But the first part of his video was very, very gross, and to me, incompetent to say that, And then he went back and showed, them making ammunition, throwing it in boxes and shipping it out, which is great. And again, if that hits the shelf, hopefully it's not at a god-awful price. I mean, I was seeing $380 on Cheaper Than Dirt's website where they're charging a fortune for it. A fortune for it. Even on other websites that I was looking at, AmmoSeek, for 1,000 rounds of 9mm, like almost $900. Like, that's insane. I mean, people need ammunition, especially if you're an avid shooter like a lot of people on YouTube and people like me that like to go out and plink around and shoot targets and things of that nature. So, you just got to, as consumers, we just got to kind of slow down a little bit and see how the market is going to develop. A lot of people are rushing to the stores thinking the sky's going to fall. The sky's not going to fall, folks. I mean, we have so many outlets as, gun people to fight back anti-gun legislation and to definitely fight back, civil unrest for a certain amount of time. So I don't see the big rush, and I've never quite seen it. The fear and panic, the fear and panic, does it suck? Yes, it sucks. I mean, right now we can't even find 22 in my area on a regular basis. Sometimes it shows up. Sometimes that's the only thing on the shelf. Hell, I couldn't even find deer slugs this year. That's how scarce those things were. People were just buying stuff to buy stuff because they were panicking. I mean, I get it. If you live in these high-risk areas, you better do something, and if you have to pay that price, you got to pay that price to protect yourself, your family, all the shit that you love. I get it, but I hope the manufacturers understand that. And coming out on the first couple of minutes of that video and saying that, dude, we're all tired of it. Especially if you're in that kind of culture and that kind of thing of selling firearms or in the firearms industry, kind of tired of hearing it all too. But yet it's just something we have to deal with. I deal with it, and guess what? I come home and put my head on my pillow and go to sleep without any kind of worries of anything. I really don't. I think a new day, when it dawns a new day, it's a new day and it's a new fight. It's a new day to go and fight for the rights that we love. So I thought that first video from Federal was, whatever, man. The second video that I watched was from Hornaday, and that's something more I could relate to from that guy, who was even, saying like, look, we're trying to do the best we can. We know you guys are pissed off. We get it. But we're trying to do the best we can. Like even talking about the t-shirts and the things like that, the almost non-related firearm stuff, saying like that's done in a different section in a different area. Even saying that stuff is made outside the company and it doesn't affect them rolling. There's a lot of, turn and burn. They're trying to turn as much out, and everybody's trying to burn as much as they can and put rounds down range. I get that. And that's a video I can relate to a little bit more. He's not lashing out. And, to go back to the other video, what if these are new gun owners? Again, what if these are whatever number you think of and what number I think of? What if these are new gun owners and have never been in the situation that we were in here, Sandy Hook, and the years before that? You know what I'm saying? During the Vegas, all that stuff. Because they're brand new. They don't understand this. They don't understand these vicious cycles that we, as gun people, as being in gun culture, go through. When certain events happen, elections, and so on and so forth. So put that in the back of your mind next time you make a cringy ass video, bro. But with the Hornady video, I can relate to that. The guy seemed totally cool. And to tell you the truth, I shoot more Hornady ammunition and use it for a lot more purposes than I do federal ammunition. And I shoot whatever's on sale. You know what I'm saying? If federal's on sale, I buy federal. If S&B's on sale, I buy S&B. If MagTech's on sale, I'll give that stuff a shot. But like for my hunting rounds, out of my shotgun, I use Hornady whitetail slugs. Works well in my gun. Way better than some of the other stuff that I've shot, especially Remington and the federal slugs that I shot this past summer to sight my shotgun in. Very different results, but I had the most perfect results that I could expect for, you know, the shotgun that I have, because it's not expensive. It's not an expensive shotgun with the Hornady whitetail slugs. With my 308, guess what I use? I use a Hornady whitetail soft point 180 grain. So, I mean, I lean more towards Hornady stuff for hunting than I ever do for federal. And if I'm using federal ammunition, it's ball ammunition. But again, if I'm using, you know, defensive rounds, of course I'm gonna lean to the HST and the Hydroshocks and things like that. But more and more people are coming out with defense rounds. There's double tap out there, you know, Underwood, extreme penetrators. There's all kinds of different ammunition that's coming out. So again, if you're going to sit there and kind of shit on customers, guess what, brud? There's a lot more people that's producing ammo, and maybe at a price that's a little bit more affordable than what we've seen. Now, of course, everything's elevated, but I lean a little bit towards, you know, Hornady on the aspects of that video was decent. You know, it explained it. You know, it didn't make, you know, hopefully new gun owners turn away. It just said, look, we're struggling like everybody else. Please be patient with us. Look at us. We're rolling ammunition. We're packing it up. The boxes in front of him, he said, was shipping out that day. So again, you know, I can relate more to that than that guy being a boohoo crybaby because people are complaining. Again, these people might be brand new gun owners, man. And the more and more I would say, you know, shit on these new gun owners, the more and more they're going to be like, hell, I'm not going to that rally. Hell, I'm not calling my senator. Definitely not writing a letter to the ATF when they want to try and redefine things or call my congressman. You know, a lot of that stuff, I think they forget about it. Because as us 2A advocates, we never forget about it. Us as gun owners, we never forget about it. We toe the line all the time. We are the ones on the front line. You know, it's very rare that you see manufacturers showing up to rallies and toeing the line with bullhorns, screaming and advocating for tyrants to stop being tyrants. You know, it's hard. And I hope a lot of these manufacturers understand that. If you're not going to get behind us and you're not going to help us, you know, achieve our goals, then there's really no spot for you. And I know that sounds so bad. And some of the bigger gun channels are going to woo-woo and cry about that. But that's my feeling. I mean, we're always out here putting ourselves on the line. We're always out doing there. And to come across a video like that, that's not the way to go about it, in my opinion. You might have a different opinion. You know, again, I work across the gun counter. I hear the same shit on a daily basis. But yet again, you know, at first it kind of got frustrating because a lot of people don't pay attention. A lot of people don't have internet. Even in today, in the 21st century, people don't have internet and don't understand the cycles that go on. You know, a lot of people just remember 22 shortage, but they don't remember, you know, the bump stock ban until you have to remind them about it. I mean, people have a short memory when it comes to gun rights and, you know, just gun related stuff in a whole, because they don't quite pay attention to it like I do and some of my friends do and things like that. You know, and especially working at a gun counter, you know, pay attention to a lot, get a lot of emails, read those emails, you know, see what's kind of floating around out there. So those were like a Jekyll and Hyde video. And, you know, I'm not going to totally shit on federal for it. I can understand the frustration. Shouldn't have went about it. And Hornady, keep rolling your ammunition. If I ever find it on my shelf, whether it's at my job or at my local, definitely going to be my go-to for my shotgun rounds and my 308 rounds. But you have to understand, all you manufacturers out there, there's somebody that's always trying to reinvent the mousetrap. There's always somebody trying to reinvent the wheel. I mean, not only do I shoot the Hornady Whitetail out of my 308, I also use Fort Scott Munitions Tumble Pound Impact 308 rounds. So again, there's somebody always out there trying to make it a little bit better. And that's something you have to look out for, because when the big manufacturers start crapping on the little guys will just use their money the way, you should always use it and spend it to the people that are going to help you in your process of what you want to do in life, and to cater to you a little bit more, instead of just making some cringy ass video. That's my job. That's my job, to make cringy ass videos, not your job. Your job, just roll that ammunition, try and get it out. Tell people, hey, we're just like I do. Hey, man, we're having trouble getting guns and ammunition. Please bear with us. Don't come out. Call us. Call us before you waste gas. Gas is going up. Save yourself a couple of bucks. You know what I'm saying? At that point, be courteous to them, folks, because you never know. These might be some of the new gun owners that are, everybody's talking about putting them into the fold. Me, I just think they were scared ass little liberals. And hopefully, when this stuff kind of calms down, now that Joe Biden's going to try and do something, whatever he's going to do, and probably won't do it, guns start coming back to the market. And I'm talking about the used gun market, but that's for another video. So I wanted to put those two videos in comparison. If you want to go look at them, I'm sure they're on Hornady's YouTube channel, or they're parts of their social media, and the same thing with Federal. And go look at those videos and make your own opinion about them. And if you've already seen those videos, leave a comment down below. That's what these videos are for us to engage and have chatter. Because I always say, when the information stops flowing and the connection is broke, that's when we start struggling. We don't only stop struggling as gun owners, we stop struggling as Americans, especially when you see what big tech media is doing in silencing certain aspects of voices being touted out in the world. We see it all the time. I've even been a part of that, and have some of my stuff that I've posted, taken down or banned, or I've gotten banned off social media sites. I even put a compound bow up for sale because I'm not going to use it anymore because I like my crossbow, and I was even banned from putting that up there. So again, you got to look at the circumstances that are going in the world right now. It's an ever revolving molding of clay. It molds this way, and then somebody else comes over there and they mold it that way. So we always got to pay attention to that stuff. And for bigger companies, you should pay attention a little bit more about how you put things out, because it either gets stirred the wrong way, or you just come off to be a real dick, and I just quit buying your product, and I'll go to the next guy and buy their product until they stumble and fall on their head. Again, I'm here to do that and piss everybody off. That's my job, your job. Please just roll ammunition, give people a good paycheck, and keep putting out what you're putting out. So with all that being said, I like to thank my old and my new subscribers, and just the people that zip through. I greatly appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, share your favorite content. Nowadays, whatever you like, because it's getting taken down on certain platforms. And like always, we'll catch you guys on the next one.